Mahmoud Baumia and Rana Jo na o takrade. And ye obedun cry no se debi, a juma or SCA to the Nimache East Waja. Meno Cassi, their more share ewo TV, see their AC air coso as we speak. Ewo Oda Youth Connect program. And a Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, and ne a mebun, and rantia ne maba ewo. Oda Asia omo edin komo hu se mebum neni agye omo boje ne so sense ndra no omo tie Dr. Mahmoud Baumia no masem tie ne manifesto obi ehun ne wom nurse teacher for etede wo manifesto di mu omo ko nursing college omo ko teacher training college at least obunya arehemu se omo nursing and teacher trainee allowance na embre bi etwemu aban bi ba ye ba betwemu ene ye de abeyi no omo si omo bekoso abo ho bae na ade achi a obesan so de aprobo na ye den atoa so ye da Ghana fo nyina se mo ndra mo say abdagie ne embre etina TV ho ehwe ye tie Dr. Mahmoud Baumia ni mo asem owo omai we no ye da mo se mo so a mutu kwan efa ka eba takrade Ghana Secondary Technical School Assembly Hall ebetie Dr. Mahmoud Baumia no masem ne MPP for die so on my way going into 2025 to 2028 and so yedamase munya gidie ewo Dr. Mahmoud Baumia mu yenya rehyiemu ewo Dr. Mahmoud Baumia mu ye gidie ne se dia ye pese yetumi ye ema ye ho asoman anati memufo no ye benya kendini a owotema owabadaye owakomapa odosronko oma omai we na ohwe Dr. Mahmoud Baumia ne su ene ne ban ene senia osi ye ne noma obi enka kyerɛw sɛ ɔyɛ ne papa ne ye nyina kyɛ sɛ ɔwɔ dosronko ema Ghana man no ne dia opɛso ye nyina ne sɛ ɔbɛyɛ niema daachi sɛ ɔba besin kwa ye de bɛkae ne sɛ ampa edru ne so no ne dia otumi ɛyɛ yeni wadi ne huni ne dwuma ye mu nyina one enwuma kase Ghana amanone bebia ye enwuma bebia wa ye dwuma bia wodi ne huni Abetna Bank of Ghana aye dwuma ho for so many years kodu deputy governor of the Bank of Ghana aba be your mampeni abedichi obeyo mampeni abedichi for the first time in the history of this country obi ani ho change say ne dwuma ye ne kwan wo fa so a wo bɔ ne ho modern paade se wo hwɛ na nsenye mu ama yosema ye paade a o mampeni abedichi bi eni wa osen Dr. Mahmoud Baumia obi nka ne ho asembɔne on dimpenifo atem on kasankasentwi on kasenti obi a na ho brase kwan wo fa so ne Ghana fo nyankita hudie eye soronko on te se ye se keta se ene proye ne wim bi ekata Dr. Mahmoud Baumia ho on ye corrupt on ni corruption ni ninkita hudie bia de dia ne se edwuma wo ho a osese oye no de boa na Ghana man koye nim no na akọ no kre enye niema ye pese ye nyina in the past 8 years etuma be nyina be dia dance se dodo na na ya Dr. Mahmoud Baumia se ye ma ne kwan na ombode aye no ho ban na afie no de aka onya ye no on toaso no ne Ghana fonka ye ho ye de ye mbom manifesto pa ho entoma endra e watakrade no title no eye selfless leadership bold solutions for jobs and businesses ahofama etuhuache ena odeba abreganafo na ode enhyehyeye a yede akokuduro ene beye enhyehyeye yede akokuduro na akyekere ebema enwuma aba ene emfidie adwuma na ankrankra enwuma nso atumi akoyie dia odboto de si de so nyina ne say in the next 4 years no Ghana ye shift focus no akọ enwuma ene enwuma sem ho se ne be ya Ghana ni bia benye bibia ye na odutumi de inside akọ ye nyina be dia dance say MPP ya ba yoku we ene ama yoku a for a very long time ye kase social safety net se niema aban tumi de ba no bia tumi nya ho faso wo Ghana ha bebia na ema sikeni ni ohiani enyina tumi pre ade ba akọ no MPP na mbre bia tumi de ba echinje bia eni ho. There is no way I will be saying this for some social intervention policy. I say MPP don't bet me akabi. Ubi so momusi omo ya akwan si social intervention. Yensu ye kwan. Ubi so momusi omo de fund ye this school dan by. Yensu ye the fund ye this school dan ba. We say ubi so momusi omo ye efene say omo sisi market into social yensu ye si market. Ye yi ni nyina esi ho a de amu ye na ye nyina ye bi ni ye si chen a ye woni oma bebre a ye MPP ye de aba ma ye mo ndc for baby bae mon kye ye ade ba ko a ndc for de aba ese a eben national health insurance scheme omo tumi de ba ko pe ba a ese a etise national health insurance scheme e bobo nsema ma omo mon kye ye ade ba ko a ndc for tumi de aba ese a etise free school feeding a ye de man kola sebe omo mmea ya na nkan ya ban na emo aduane bi edi ankan sane community ka school on be katrefie no moma ndc fo nche ba ko mo tumi dia ba ese no president Kofo at the free compulsory universal basic education o ma ne be ye ade a aba betintim na we Ghana ye constitution mu but for so many years aban bi ni wotumi ye ono na decapitation ba ya e ma basic education e ye free prekope na na do danko ekufuado at the free senior high school aba emene ohia ni ba ene sikeni ba etumi kotena presec ohia ni ba ene sikeni ba etumi kotena Wesley girls ohia ni ba ene sikeni ba etumi kotena infantipem maami a oti dwaso a oye bodwa a esane bodwa yenti ontumi nye sikentua ne ma school fees mo munku school no ene ne ma eku school omo ananko mo ma edu 12-13 years a omo da so nyina so mba ko ye maid ewo nkrofo fie enti omo de omo sori a omo dwen nipa ben na metumi akọ no wakọ ye maid no ene omo nyina etumi nya ndaso so omo so metumi akọ school emo mo kọ classroom nkola no omo gina ka akwan ho ekura dog chains omo ton piki omo ton straps o niema bebre o ka akwan ho ene free SHS metumi omo nya eni swadu eni daso so omo so betumi aye de omo so bia ma omo nyina ye den akọ school NDC fonche ade ba ko a omo tumi de aba oman we mu a ese niema ma bobosu yi ebi ni ho de ombeka so maye bia aban bia betumi a kire bi omaye ba yen niema ma bobosu a ye de abai omo ni ba ko mpo a obetumi de a kire se ya ba ye Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia say mbrantie ne maba millions over close over 5 million young Ghanaians a ye boa mo makọ free senior high school and technical vocational schools yi omo wie no ese ye pe nnwuma emo into the next 4 years ne botaye ne dae so the niso ade hu no emu oha ntitwemu aduokoro 90% of ne vision no for the next 4 years no eye say ye de be bie nnwuma mu atre na ma mrantie ne maba ne Ghana fo epe nnwuma na etumi nye biaye eno ene manifesto Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia epa hontoma na ne kasemu no ntotoye ode ato fam ehyehyɛ ode ato ho no nyina no emu dodo na no ekoma mrantie ne maba ha nkankan minuanom Gen Z fo no munim se Gen Z fo de me ene Gen Z fo nyina president yen toso aba me na me kebe mo me na me boaboa Gen Z fo adwempo ano na makebi ayedan amomo mi wogidie se ye daache a ye pe no nipa obetumi esum amana ko nanim ene Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia momi yentie de Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia eka kire Gen Z fo endra no de nasem eba ewie no momentie sa video ni tiewa na embra
to the Gen Zs to the Gen Zs I am well plugged into the new world you belong and I know the keys to press to unlock your potentials within. I am your plug to your dreams of a prosperous Ghana. I am your plug to creating opportunities and decent paying jobs. I shall offer you a problem-solving leadership built on my values of integrity, compassion, and sincerity. To this end, I have presented for your consideration our manifesto for 2024. The manifesto is giving. It is giving hope. It is giving ideas. It is giving jobs. To the Gen Zs, I am well plugged into the new world you belong, and I know the keys to press to unlock your potentials within. I am your plug to your dreams of a prosperous Ghana. I am your plug to creating opportunities and decent paying jobs. I shall offer you a problem-solving leadership built on my values of integrity, compassion, and sincerity. To this end, I have presented for your consideration our manifesto for 2024. The manifesto is giving. It is giving hope. It is giving ideas. It is giving jobs.
Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia has presented clear-cut plans for the future of Ghana. No doubt about that. Ne da so ne niso ade hu ne de ode ba ye nyina no echije bie ne ho. Ye ndane dane mu untumi fe bi nka ho yi bi mfiri mu waka ne niso ade hu a woma oman we na Gen Zs ene free senior high school nti Gen Zs ye need to be kind, ye need to be tro, ye need to be tebrofo. We need to take our future seriously and make sure we are sticking with Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia as the next leader of this country. There is a reason the NDC are going the route they are going. They are going that route because they feel you were not there during their leadership. The former president who is seeking for your vote this time was president at the time when most of you were 10 years old. At the time when you sleep in darkness without really knowing what the cause was. The truth of the matter is that it was as a result of the former president's inability to raise the needed funds to simply buy fuel to power generators he had borrowed on credit. Some of them generating power we do not need. But there's a contract that says whether we use the power or not, we have to pay. And so the power is generated, bent, and then we use your taxpayers' money to pay for it. The truth of the matter is that under the presidency of the former president, a lot of your senior brothers who are unemployed and were looking for jobs, he told them to go and cut grass and organize stones and rocks from the bush and put by the roadside and sell. He told the medical doctors who were simply asking for better conditions of service that he is seeing so much strike that he's no longer bothered by labor unrest. He is almost like a dead goat who is not perturbed by sharp knives. That is what the former president told our medical doctors. He withdrew allowances of nurses and teachers who were in colleges and denied the poor children who wanted to be part of formal education the opportunity to be part. Over 100,000 of Ghanaian children whose parents could not afford to pay for their fees under his presidency so they could go to secondary school were denied the opportunity to go to secondary school. But in his mind, you've forgotten. In his mind, you were too young at the time to recollect all of these things. And so he moves around speaking as if he's come from another planet all of a sudden. And he rather begins to ask the man, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, the person who has never been vice president before, the person who is vice president, he tells him to do the things he is dreaming to bring to this country now because his government is in power. But we ask him, what are you seeking to come and do? You have been president before. The things you are telling us today, why did you not do those things when you had the opportunity? At least you, we voted for and made you president. Dr. Bawumia, we've never made president. You are a vice president, just as Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is today. When it was your turn to come and ask for a vote at the time you were vice president, you told us you were merely a spare driver and that we should make you the main driver so that you can implement vision for us. You were going to create jobs. You were going to create opportunity for the young people. Rather, during your tenure, For 4 years during your tenure, you kept us in darkness. Businesses collapsed. People lost their jobs. People lost their lives in their theater. Today you come telling us same stories you told us in 2012 when you're seeking for the opportunity to be president before. And you think you can hide behind all these things and become president simply because we have a certain number of people who were very young at the time you were president, and you're going to ride on them to become president again. We're sorry. It's not going to happen. Yebema obi fufuro kwan. Yebema Ghana ni fufuro ono so wa adwenche fufuro. No no so de aba abeboa yen na yetumi ya de achekere ye my way. De awobeye bia asomampeni no unya akonya se wobeye. Woye maye huye. Ubu ya bonfia, ubu ye nimtia, okeka de opekere yen. Aden na wugidi se wobetumi aba na nei we ntuma foforo na wabe kasa che na yeto aba mai. Yeto aba ma. I doubt if there is anybody who was in this country during the tenure of the former president today who would say ene obekwa koto aba ma former president Mahama. This is no new on my way mu. Enu nti da mo behwa ne kasa oka nyina ne na probo nyina yi. He has refused to account for his stewardship when he was president. And kade e fe ne say o mampeni a wa betwa mu de se wo pese esanto aba ma wan ka wo be hia yen a wo be ka kire yen embra ye ma wo ye o mampeni no de awutumi ye na wagire no so na de to aba ma. And then yes how rather what you are doing is to ride on your so-called inefficiencies of an existing government to be voted for. Fair enough. But what we are going to do is that we are going to compare your performance as president and the performance as the president that we currently have. Because all of you are equal. Now, see, you compare Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia to you there. You compare your performance as vice president. You compare Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia performance. You bisa wa spokesperson, Honorable John Jinapo. Yebisa ni say ejuma bempa na wo ye as vice president at the time. In some more catch no yebebo video na mo mahwe. Me pamcho mo hwehwe sa video de ma me why. We have that video. Please find the video. John Jinaport describing the role you, the former president, you played as a vice president. Yebefa wo ejuma wo ye as vice president. Na ya fa Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ejuma wo ye as vice president ni asese. Eno na yebegina so ato aba. Na nkanya asemu nya reho a nkomampeni president wo de wo compare vice president na tama na wo ye vice president na wo mampeni de no ye the president esusu wo one man me kan say as vice president we a spare driver enti ye ma okwan na be main driver. You told us this at the IEA debate in 2012 enei wakwa ase aba wo ba ye wagu enum asepoto ejuma de ma wantumi anye ubuye nyina abofia keka asem kire wakwa abasi akachesi yentu abamao na be your mampeni. Now this time round you the former president opesi ye de wo e compare vice president there be ejuma wo ye na vice president no ne ye ba behwe ne da compare as vice president Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia wo ejuma wo ye as president de Ghana ni bia anim. You were the most incompetent president this country has ever had. O mampeni be na mate say Ghana ha ya hwehwe ne nsemu as with corruption e wo man wo mi da wonko a wo pe any vice president awuti akonwa so wow president etumi ma ye investigate you as a certain vice president wo pe na we president a utumi je contractor car no man contract wo pe eti wo de unni koyiko unni size but si ye ka say enei omo kwa abato nyina ye be comparison there ye the Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia as vice president and the former president Mahama as vice president they are compare ne ya hwe ansa na mewie na show yi mebo ejuma potin a wow spokesperson kan ye say we vice president no na we ye ewa ban we mu munya video ne pe mon kan che me ye de no be commercial break ne ase akwaba but for now yentie dia Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ewo emaye Ghana for nyina say we any ejuma me pese ye di a few highlights of it. There were two versions of the document. You were the abridged version, and no, a few pages. You are born seven tofa. And you were the main document, full document, about 260 pages. Obia one same manifesto nim. Tailor for whom, doctor for whom, lawyer for whom, mechanics for whom, boja for whom, tomato seller for whom, queen mothers for whom, iron for whom, aso for whom. Obia wagana hebiano. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ewo edidaso emaw ewo eniswade hu emaw ewo nhyehyeye pa ɛda hɔ ɛma wo wonya mbra bomode na fa ye manifesto ne bi ɛwɔ online bawumia.com www.bawumia.com na na do adaromenti efie bia ye wakola ba ko awoko free SHS anye hwe obetumi atype fa wo phone no ɛma wo nana no fa wo phone no ɛma wo ba no nonko www.bawumia.com ohwehwe manifesto obekọ manifesto mienu ni nyina wo ho abridged version de abo ne tofa no wo ho na ne kese ne nyina so ye de ewum maame papa ma wo ba no enji fi internet ne so no fonto wo phone no so anaju bi abeda on kan kakra ma anaju bi abeda on kan kakra ma obehu dai so a Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ewo ema oman we na sem ba ko a ye bo ne tofa edika Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia eka ne se answer ne yebeba abemu in the year 2017 na oman we were in a lot of difficulty. The economy was completely on its knees. Aketua kra ne ntumi ntua aketua ne ntumi ntua nurse for ni teacher for to me year adwuma 1 year aban se miniska ntimi the policy biaba e fe ne 3 months policy why adwuma afeba ko ba betu abosome miensa nkola ehiafo a no mako school ya gi o allowances free o nsem national health insurance eguye oman no eba ne kotodwe nim yedum kanea tena kanea mu mfie miensa ko mfie nan nkola ekotro nsohwe esua de o ka akwan ho esa ne kanea dundum nti ye pamo nkrofo enwumem mfidi enwuma etoto o mu mfidi enwumem. That is how bad our economy was at the time. Between 2017 and eba 2020 yenyina ebe dia dance say na nalo dan kwekufo de NPP aban Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia cheche niama momai we yetoto niama kama. In fact, a lot of people will confirm say 2019 Christmas was one of the best Christmas this country we have seen in so many years, which is a fact. In fact, as at the time yebe 2020 no na inflation na yebe fire na former President Mahama edi akodu 15% no na edi aba bedu 8%. Kai say former President Mahama eba be mu abeyo mampani as at 2013 no na inflation was 8%. Obe fire no odoko 15%. Ye bomode ye ho adwuma ma ne tia baya bedu 8%. Fofi antwata na COVID ya rebone obia ni ndaso nsusu se beba ebaye ema wiase afa na nyina yaso be ye hia ni yehu bia ye ni ata na yehu de ye a eneme no kase okọ America okọ UK okọ Asia obia prese obebo modena wama ne man no ejina ne nan so nti yen so kakra be kan ye. But in the past few months ye nyina ebe dia dance ye say a my way nkakra ye guso ye ba be jina ye nan so at some point aneme mu ye den pai wo COVID mu no na dank ekufado take a decision. In fact, anka opa sambre no nko beka say okay yenje de nipenwu ye bebo ye man no ho ban na ya boye economy no ho ban ba okache and that video is still there. O say e kwan ye befa so a say economy ni say ye betumi esiesie na man abjana na so de ye betumi yenim se na ebesi aye no na mum si ye hwe nipa ba kumpa ebe ye princess anipa no ye betumi afa na free owo mu abankwam nti we take a decision as a mampani say obebo ye nkwa ho ban ye wie a se ne tie bia se ne si atete apansem bia no ye na ebe ka ye ho abom ye akyekyere ye economy ne ebiem enu nti enanei etumi ka se inflation ekoya kodu be 54%. Nyame adom ene atia ba be do 20%. What it means is that nana do asem wo kan no krebi wom because inflation ekodu 54% atia ba be do 20%. Anye bia madaroma nipa na ewu ye a omo hwere omo kwadren COVID no omumu ba akumpo yetumi afa na fi owu ma ba nkomu na nke busafo ni beje nka reho a ene edwodwo a eto abatan ekunafo ene ebusuafo a etwaga na hesi omo hwere omo adofo no nkomu ni beje yinyaya ke bituma ene sa banyankopon fa sa achede no amma nipa enunti economy ni de ekwan bia MPP aban na nadan kwekufa Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia be fa so a ye be rebound. And the fact is that as we speak the economy na essay yetete pansam ye no eguso a esisi akwan so ene ukodwa so a enuane bo ba na eba fam na chese essay kra obetumi sisi no the nipa no hwe ne nkwane de ebe ye den se obetumi asaya fa na fi owuma ye den abankwam. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia say in the next 4 years no the economy na ho torchema and do nankasa gitumu e kan ye say ai egitum niema mo ye den asetre mo ye den niema bo ye den enso nkakra oguso a opia niema niema besisi into the next 4 years no obeye niema ntentem so ne ya de niema toto akwemu na oman no sikasem na se ejare dan so ntempre kopɛ ade bako a obedu hu dwuma pa ne se ye behwe kwan be fa so a ye sikasem ntoto ye no enko bu mfa so enti dia wunya no eno na wudi undi ema ne mbro so nti onemra ebi beba ne ye make sure say ye be hihye ekuo ba tan bi a o say ye be frɛ no Independent Fiscal Responsibility Council ne ya sen asesa embra na ekye yen kwan ye fa so ye ntoto ye sikasem ne de ebedi ne yende no yetumi adane dan na se de be ya afi bia no ye ndi mbro dia afi etwemu ne yetumi nya ye no so nti o say establish an Independent Fiscal Responsibility Council and amend the Fiscal Responsibility Act to add a new fiscal rule that requires expenditure in any year does not exceed 105% of previous year's tax revenue. Eti afie etwe mu no sika ye jeje ye no se afefefo ye ko remu a ye de mra eba ye de be kyekyere ye ho se na be ya ye nkodi mbro de a afie etwe mu no ye nkodi mbro so oha ene enum oha ne emu kyekyemu enum 105%. Sene be ya mbre bia no ye gina kwan paso enti ye de mbra beba na kyekyere ye na yetumi aye ne saa o say obehwe no wan make sure say ye betumi enyi ye sikasem ntoto ye economy nsem no ye betumi akọ about 6% na say o hankyechemu ensia ye betumi eguro ebu betre na emu abai na wode niema obeye no de atoto akwemu na sane emenesi eba no wache ya no echinje bie de ho nkasa basaba se bie no ho wache se obeye establish Minerals Development Bank eno no mechechirem or the director have beba mechechirem obebe ki sure say ye dwedie hu nsensem no be koso ye ene niema bi ni nnwuma bi a ne ye nhyedan fa ye ni die kire bebre no te say emerging industries, sports, tourism, any creative arts ne ade na eya ne yemfa ye ni die kire bebre no de ni be die kire ne tumi enso e create e ma nnwuma dodo aba na oman ne sikasem ho hyehyeye ne ntotoye no emie bie kakra afi o say emredu say ye bepe kwan bi a aban ene ankrankra beka bom ayonkofa soronko bi so na maniam yetumi akontentem no kra ne say oman bia otumi ne ankrankra ekabom ekyekere oman no eya ne contentem na ye boy homoden asoman ye hyehyɛ ne ma bebre ba na dwimu no ogidi say bebia babedu ne mpempeso ya babedu no eya akono ema say ankrankra ba beka oba aban ho na de ayi na mebi into betintim mu na emu aye tin se na be ya betumi ama oman ni sikasem na de akọ anim na ne botaye ne nisuade ho ne kese pa ne se obehwe na enwuma aba de data babu bamia ekedie ehihye bebre na de aba na yi mrante ne maba ne mebu aye omomusu enwuma national apprenticeship program omo ko school suya eco school omo ko technical vocational niam bebre health insurance ye the kidney dialysis abeka ho ye the sickle cell abeka ho a lot of social intervention policies o say embrace say ye be channel ye attention ye de ye ni bibia behwe enwuma ye bebie ene enwuma ye betremu na emrantie dodo a wo hwa ye se penwuma momo no yapomo ene me no ka say aban any crown ade akaboma ye creating over 2.3 billion jobs but nipa dodo na negusu peduma simply because even though we creating nyuma no adichi bia no nipa dodo so aye ready so mo ye aduma no so bebre be ka ho nti aban bie no in 8 years e creating nyuma te say MPP aban and this focus agitu mu say the entire time omo ba aban mu 8 years no omo creating nyuma just a little over 600,000 jobs. No, Mwakasa, Ejitu so create here. MPP Abaye created 2.1 million jobs in 8 years. No government has done that. One day one from Kwama 160,000 jobs. Abaye bien why say nipa dodo ya form ewo nurse for doctor for teacher for police for immigration fire service bebre kwa Ghana Airport Company, Civil Aviation, Ghana Ports and Harbors Authority, Enyuma bebre, and ye created in the period of 8 years 2.3 million jobs in a buy day equity. And yet you want ranting in Maba bebre omupejuma, rightly so. Because you will be creating 2.3 million jobs, but there are 4 million people, 5 million people who are ready to work. And so you still have to create more. Dr. Mahmoud Babian said we need to find a strategy to get this done. It's time to shift focus towards creation of jobs and expanding businesses for the Ghanaian people to be a bit more productive. Dedi kind, we'll be training 1 million youth in digital skills. Adi ni ebi obi beka say na dey awuke na nyina won ye. The facts of the matter ne say da nyina no ne ni secondary school say mom tablet disu ade. The fact of the matter ne say da nyina na internet penetration and in barely about 30%, 32%. Inti den ye internet no na ba o man we mu bebre ti say na ye hu ni. The fact of the matter ne say da no na Ghana ye niam no bebre wo ho a ye hyehye ni ye ma ni sie ni ye. Inti creating digital jobs no na ye nyan tintim ye. Ene no esa the Dr. Mahmoud Bamie ndwuma waye in the digital space. Esa the digital literacy we raise yakosro. Internet penetration ene e fit 32% wo baby akodo about 70%. Nipa dodo na ne omu kura internet ni ade nti ama Ghana for are ready to embrace digital world na edan yenim no. Internet me Gen Z fo yi and the young people of this country, they can sit here in Ghana and work for companies outside Ghana. Oko India, there were millions of young Ghanaians who ye juma with India. I can tell you on authority say, or ye juma with India, or to India no ye juma, so the company with Europe. The company no ye juma man no, or UK. The company no America, but to India no ye juma masa company no. That is what the digital skills can give to your young people. Into coding, data processing, data management, big data management, cyber security jobs, they are there. Into what say and crime krumwa, what say damongo, what say sabelugu. And so that company a wafa we juma na we ye juma mano no. Company no e was New York, and that company no e was Sweden, and that company no was Norway. The only way a Ghana form run tene maba and so be to be a kasa, and you may aba bebreya. Ekoso we yasa fa na nyina say e be monya sa skills no. Specifically Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia say obe training 1 million of these young people in digital skills. No mo so omo tumi nya nwume ya e wo wiase fa na obi a eye bi. De toso mienu Ghana ha for the records businesses the companies e wo Ghana ha no emu 90% eye SMEs. SMEs ni ye enjuma nkete ne ehone ho nyuma small scale small and medium scale enterprises, small business kweku menu ventures akosi ansa ventures, so businesses nkete no Ghana ha enyuma wo ha no emu 90% SMEs. Ena yeso ye wo my we mu a ye adwuma e wo my we mu no Ghana ha ye adwuma no emu 80% ye adwuma ma SME companies. But omu tie figures ni you inyuma wo wia Ghana ha businesses ne companies ne ade nyina no emu 90% SMEs human nkete enyuma yefo e wo Ghana ha no omo ye adwuma yefo mo ndwuma mu ne ade no emu 80% SMEs. What it means is that si ye pese ye bi enyuma pa na nipa dodo nya enyuma ye say ye di SMEs nechi. And Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia say he is going to introduce an SME bank. Banker omo de omo botaye no mo ni so de hu nyina ne se ye bodwa adwuma ye adwuma nkete kwaku menu ventures ese do dey ohine say you know Kofi and Sons ene ama ansa and sa enuma obia small businesses yi wo pese cash wo adwuma ni mu a SME bank no be mauska na da tre wo adwuma ni mu wo tre wo adwuma ni mu a ebeboa no afa nipa dodo amamo ye adwuma no. That is one of the areas Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia will be creating the jobs. Of course, the minerals industry and its value chains. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia di kan kase obebie minerals development bank. Na minerals development bank no na adwuma na eba be say beboa na small scale mining enwuma no emu ebie. Now immediately the small scale mining sector will expand, there will be a lot more jobs coming in. Don't forget it's already minerals income fund. And so minerals investment income fund. And so you may be in the lithium sector. You will never be a cost of bauxite. Guy deck for your mudie, iron ore for gas deck for so your mudie. By the time all these mineral sector nina be kabomuno na enyuma ya bebe be free and he's going to support all these sectors for them to be able to grow quickly and recruit and hire our people. Create jobs through the National Cyber Security Workforce Development Program. ya ka say ene enyuma ekoso we ase afade yi na no they are all hinge on digital space. Cyber security, data processing, coding, data transformation, software development. Those are the things that are moving the world now. And that is where Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is looking at. Or say, Obe recruiting 1,000 special needs teachers. Oko School for the Deaf, Meme constituency. It has the constituency one of the most special needs schools. There was school for the blind. There was school for the deaf. There was secondary technical school for the deaf. Oba Miami School, Okwapman School. There special needs students, visually impaired students in the class. Ebi mo partial, ebi mo complete. You know me the class. Me class am tena they are not ODBOD second. Me class or visually impaired. And so they DBOD second. It means that when you give support to our brothers and sisters with special needs, they will be able to do great things. Me class will come school. General at 1. Odi second sa me ye. Odi second sa me ye school. And there were several of them in our class. One of the best politicians I have seen in my life. Now a friend is saying visually impaired. And see, we really need to support our friends and our brothers and sisters with special needs. And see, Obe recruiting a lot more teachers for the special needs school, no more training. Oko School for the Blind, Ekropong. You see the children doing amazing things. They need support from government. And government can use that avenue to even create jobs for a lot more people. Or say, Obe setting quota for recruitment of PWDs for public sector recruitment. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia say, Adia Bakwa ode to firm and say, or not by mu, and she share Bakwa then the new partner say, Abaye nyumasem, Abaye jube bia ye fenipano, or beshe de yibia sun chance way dear, ye the my nuanum with special needs. Nancy, how ye special needs for you. Since 2017, Bepemone, go to your district assembly and check. A lot of the district assembly common fund towards supporting persons with disability, no, for entrepreneurial skills. Jina fe bi edwuma, jina fe yese, nansi ya omo no mo yedwuma o toll booth ya. Ye yi toll booth nsem free omo edwuma nsem ye we, or form among permanent jobs. Omo nyina nya permanent jobs at the districts a omo across the country. Enti eye bibia eda nani so owo abadaya shronko ema ye nuanom omo special needs, no, and that is why na dwen say free there kono abanye dwube bia ye fe nipa bia no yenja baako mienu bi to ho for persons with disability no mo so yembo omo ne yemfa MP omo. Employ more lawyers for legal aid, at least 2 for each district. Me di MC pen and brother me ye MC for Ekuapem North no yenya issues this yakokofodua ni akokofodua Attorney General's office no am a lawyer baako mienu say omeboye na on church on be my enti eto de bia a lot of the districts we find ourselves in difficulties before we even get legal counsel because then be say we hwedwuma be hwe no every district must have at least one lawyer to guide the district. Moko General Assembly meeting, you need to have a lawyer there. You need to have a lawyer at the assembly, embedded in the assembly. A lawyer must be at the district to provide support. Obi enyasem minim say wako magistrate court and a circuit court bi o district bi mu da. I'm sure I tell you already ho. Obi their case pa. Any other be jira da kanim. Ono kwa na buy only lawyer. Because on to be your lawyer ka. It assembly bar so therefore onim na na kotum. Nto bi aponche yese ko 6 months. Judge ni ye boni bia emra no de ye adwuma anka wunya lawyer anka bi ye wasem no enko ye 6 months e be 1 week and 1 month. We need to provide this support at the district level. It's another way of creating jobs, and this will be done by Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Afi tourism, creative arts, sports, jobs abroad program. Measure that to me boss in the next friend is saying weeks here there me. Every episode be a be fast and say we mako. Ni ashe that to your boss and ya kan wasem. Ni cheche mu ye, ni atiase ye, ni ehu ekwan a Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia be fast no bi bienu. For example, sports. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia can point blank say listen. Football and sports in the whole eye oman no akoma. E se e pekwa bi e be fast so e be hyemu kena. And ye Premier League e say send ye bia no aban waso die say Premier League ne be gina na ma private sector and so I attracted to it. Into we kaka I think we'll get there or say Premier League teams no ye be support your aban be support your NL ni gaming commission kan bom na omo djuma omo ye no enfaso na omo nya yefa bi hye football mu otro no manifesto nim enti Premier League team say unya qualify na Premier League team obo Premier League bi nko ade a aban beto bass amount at least o players to kwan a mo kobo match efi e wo dewu mo ni dewu United kobo match a o do players betrim na de o makọ aban embu akokoro betum de aba afebo so me bia no aban ebe support Premier League clubs omo 16 Premier League clubs aban be support omo kakra na omo players yi omo tumi de kakra mo na football na yeden aya kono ene ye Premier League players yi onya jindi kakra kwa aburuchire ebi mutumi kwa aburuchire ya ko Sudan okwa aburuchire okọ Sudan adentia because okwa obenya sa support wenya kakra yeden abafie Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia believe say embrante na eye sports no ene ye sika bebre hwe Mohamed Kudus hwe Thomas Partey ball omo bo e wa aburuchire memu yi ye wo Ghana fon kwala bebre o metumi bo sa ball ni bi na omo nya sa opportunity no ambo ye Premier League bi na ye Premier League no so anya akono emma nipa anhwe ama Premier League na nkwa ni mu a ebede na yetumi nya a lot more Mohamed Kudus and Thomas Partey sika omo de ball my way mu no enye bidie. And if we push a lot more young people into this space, the Premier League will become attractive. It would attract investors. It would go a bit more higher than it is now. Now, almost to be a common nebi muba, no common nebi mumba, no common nebi mumba, no common name, no more discrediting so ball my name, ebeboa or mine. Now, yeah, just any way, you know, like I said, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia manifesto no, a heavy on jobs and opportunities for the youth. Ye create high-tech fourth industrial revolution jobs. I don't know. And only ye nyuma ene ukwa aburuchire. I know that da aburuchire memu obia edi jujuma. Into the digital economy hub na Makawa 7 it's coming. It's going to train the young people in technology and innovation. Obe training the young people on training in technical and vocational skills. Or say obe training in kola in soft skills. Any creative thinking, any mindset. Obebwa na a friend is saying jobs in green industries, aviation, nyuma beba, professional services, jobs abroad program. They may say that to mwase pa me ya kan wasem. And jobs in defense related industries. You know, made the defense ministry for nakasa beba the next chapter show so. They are said that nase ni aka sa jobs in defense related industries and wasem. Sa ni me ya Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia kan wasem. We have found mako jobs in agri business, jobs in sports. Now, after the American Justice Sports, now here, Kumasi Asanto Kotoko, the Wu United. Now, see football team Benkra, they say, Omo sika some former players he cried to it today. RTU, Real Tamale United, Omo Premier League. And it's a Real Tamale United, Etuka, Efi Tamale, Ebesen Kobo match, any Dreams FC Bebo match, the Wu Bass, Ebia no Munibi. And Unti. RTU are qualified by Ghana Premier League and so no to me about match. Obakra obeba players more akofem because the telebia sikakro mbe tu kwa efi tamalaba no eniho. Adentia nyoma mienu. Initial investment no eya na wo fam. De etoso mienu, esa say initial investment no wo fam nti. Entumi ma team no any football na yebo no enya akono. Ba aban to me so ma se kakra bia ebeboa se RTU eso yana sa aban amom bus. No mo the bus yibe tu kwa efi tamale abese aba Kumasi eni Kumasi Asante Kotoko abebo na mo players yi at least aban ebo mo kakra na say aban pilot here with why o de ji kakra 500 cedis 300 cedis 800 cedis na fa tweet your players yi it is a team ne struggle kra na aban ebo players ne kakra 16 teams obi a kra players 30 kra o ka bomu saying about 500 or so o multiply by ebia 1,000 cities are saying now omunya Ghana for almost ye nyoma betumi aboa na oman na de akonenim even though players no your friend is saying players omo for private and friend is teams no it is the leg of the nation eventually no say players it mbobo no mo komoni ne du baby a ye to omo anfa so boss na say abrent your bobo ma Leicester United mo mbo abe honorable Haruna Idusu Timi. Oh, this is a haku. It's a haku. Sikomo boy is kaketwa. Millions of pounds. And they ababedi honorable Haruna Idusu in the football team kutukum. Sasika no. Ebema otumi dia share team nim na mani team no etumi agina. Inti imagine say ya boa Premier League teams yi. no munyina in a particular season aban de sika hyem aban aboa asa face pitches yi ama football pitches ye Jan and 9 so near there ye beka wansem ye do ye beka wansem enti that is the kind of thinking that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia de eba in job creation for that. Secondly, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia de ato na koma so say ekwen bia ye befa so a ye beboa businesses na sa businesses yi etumi ebie omo nwumem omo bie omo nwumem a omo faga na fododo no obeye enu nti aban ebe cut 3% of GDP if your expenditure near direct ama private sector 3% of your GDP no 30 billion. Acho me san kan biom 3% of your GDP no 30 billion. 30 billion and aban say ye dey private sector form inye adwuma na yemfa ntre ye nwumemu ne ma embo no muntu me fa nipa. And what Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia has always been saying is say adensi ena ye higher home in terms of public sector infrastructure and even services delivery abrebia no aban pesikani nyina na by the bibia at a time when we can get private sector to come and support. You bet you my private sector be ye wo kwan na da ukromu no na wetoli de ateneka. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia say dormitory blocks no, hostels no, classroom blocks no, aban ABC dormitory block aba me find say presec ebe cost 4 million Ghana cedis. Aban any 4 million Ghana cedis at once Bawama contract ye adwuma na edu baby contract raise certificate esa aban tua neka aban niska it's a project naka project anka say 1 year and 6 months no 4 years ni enwie 5 years ni enwie eto be 8 years Eurojet year present ko for ba 2008 and this for better so 8 years o muntu bi enwie na na ekufo ado afa na we wi a obi bia no. So for 12 to 13 years hospitals are yes no into me nsi ewie because e aban na e press obenye sika dey ade ni nyina prekope. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia say yema ankrankra private sector and for more musika nhyem na mumfa rent aban and mumfa lease aban. What it means is that aban betua wo na mum enwu nyia say obepe sika ni nyina etua ne ne obetua ne nkakra over a long period of time. Sa dormitory block bi na every girls phone call ani hia normal demu na esa ne say aban sika nyina mo ano prekopenti no yes the be 4-5 years yen wie no ye ma private sector mbesi no fan rent aban na aban tua rent e ma private sector nti afibia no aka 1 billion ye be hia a ye ni nti project ne kesi wona esa ne say ye tua rent kakra kreti ye be hia bi 100 million utua ya na private sector de ko afeno so ane wetua afeno so ane wetua afeno so ane wetua. The advantage is that dormitory block na nke be take you 4-5 years ansa we see no who si nene na nkwala na mo ko first year na nyemu atena na mwenja so mfaso na wetua ne kakra. It makes a big difference. At the same time no esa ne say we bie mu sa nti enwuma edroso ankwankwa enwuma ne droso nti obi anso yebi obi ayebi no obi aso fa nipa ehiem. That is the strategy Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia wants to adopt going into the future to ensure say you be free aban from the pressure here at every point in time to build public infrastructure and give it to private sector to help. And yeah no pay hospital be or ye pay MRI scan ye this scan machine be ye pay X-ray machine ye ni bi aban to mean to be hospitals be across Ghana. Inti oko hospital yes ye kwatwa scan no afaka oko regional capital oko district capital ehun sem bebre aban say private sector for MRI scanning machine be si hospital nim na yentua on kakra adan say ye hospital ye dem bebre health insurance your mind. Why can't government do that? Come and put your scanning machine in the hospital. Let our people use it now. Yema ye man for no en use ne ye omu use no munya so mfaso no omho tom na wo no ntua nkakrakra. It's all part of the strategy Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia wants to utilize. Ebiem we are here for nyina. It has become evidently clear say amaya omutumede omu egudie eta omu mansi kechi no omu manisi kana ho de ekoso ekope ntuko UK ade ba kwa ma UK British pound akosho bribia na ho de wo hwe de say British pound no omo back no heavily with gold ade na ye to gold no ye ntumi ye ene ya build gold reserve na manakosho ma yegusu ekoyenim. It has become evidently clear say and yet gold ya you started see year 2019 domestic gold purchase program here started see year 19 and how you will create one shanka beye emo ho beye mienu na miensa but it's a strategy dinti no and ye guso e dandan nkakra and Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia say it's say ye hyemu kena ya try ahwe ye de eni hu say ye ya ebeye ye so ebe ma ye sikasemu ma ye den ti ye be hyemu kena. And we're going to ensure that the tried and tested gold purchase program now it be stabilize the currency no ye be ye Ghana ya how you your currency because ye koto de ne fiama no aba enti se currency na ho de ekofem pe e affect bibia and that is what one of the strategies Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia wants to use afi omo ye friend is saying abefo sikasem ntoto ye ne ade ye wo fintech companies bebre aba omo ye hihye bebre ni ade Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia say or the sika $100 million beshem say the be bema ankran so I attracted to South fintech space no must be supported na boa na Ghanaian startups Ghana for young people oko Nigeria Kenya a lot of fintech institutions so say bebre and it's time yes ye dey ahon ne kakra beta o machi no mo so metuma ye dodo amayen ewo omaiwe mu afi ne kese businesses are your one my way mu yatede abosi okaifo okaishifo makolafo kaneshifo edum techimai salaga yatede Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia say oni GRFO edikan to kwan akọ Estonia akosua Estonia se na ebe omo yo musika sem nhihye mehye da be no so ne akọ hwasem ntenei or the flat rate tax regime beba se na be ya sa na tuya sei mateso na me de akose na me mpe wasem ntino betua sei na me wo me shop na obi aba ote ose woton mateke woton ma calculate ntu betua sei na ebe ye free ho ye the flat rate tax system eba for all Ghanaian businesses and individuals. Enti say woton tomatoes, so woton esam, say woton engine, dia woton biaro, dia woton no enu bia na meton a enyina ebetue sika kro. Nsakra bia mbem, nhihye bia nda ho, no bi abaye bibi amanako create problem am. Ne kese dia efe de ene se Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ye we nyina yi na odwen wo ene menso ye ho. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia say or the credit scoring system ebeba. Na credit scoring system de be ya ne say ebedi kan ya boa ama Ghana for etumi enya niema ye beto ene niema ye be free niema ye beto ne yetua ne nkakra buy now and pay small sabe pepe na credit scoring system tie no crepa ne say ye yenim no yenim yeso ebebisa ne yembisa biasia fa na nyina omo makom anim no dodo na no yemfa sika enko shop enka se me beto akonwa akosi midemu yemfa sika enko car dealer ho enka se me diska ebeto car akosi. In fact, in some jurisdiction like in the US, who they will sasha obotum now yi $3,000 kekraba one share be ko investigate say now go first can be free. They basically live on a credit system. And the credit system advantage the woman say emma obia to minya sebe niema kakra bia obehia na wotumi akọ wanim no obia to binya bi ahoye bia nkoba enu nti na yebusuafo na etukwan fie kwama no nipa no kwa ya within 1 year no afra say oh makoto car fufuro oh me apartment bi ni oh me koto nkonwa oh menya fridge bi de tie ne say omo credit scoring system na the credit scoring system ne tie ade no nya ya nkore be ma oh gada ha no ye tonto niema no bebre na ye nya ya nke de be free no etia nkakra akra wo na mum ye ngin di say ye de ma obetua ena ye de ma wo so ne wantua e be de kwa ne ye hu eti na ye ni bibi sa no but ni Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia digital drive odi aba Ghana card e ba ye ai na Ghana card and one dey register your mobile number and one dey be your bank account Ghana card no and one na odi aye wo friend say wo tax identification number and one aye wo pension any ade nyina nti ama omo a omu di sikasɛm hu dwa credit facilitators businessmen no akoma tom yim kakra sɛ me de ade ma miracles na sɛ miracles me hwehwɛ na me hu no kra me wakwan a mefa so a metumi atwesi miracles me hu no enti the data Mahmoud ba me de ba ne sɛ yebenya a more comprehensive credit scoring system a ukoji besia wa ha uto ade we wa ha uto we wa ha uto we wa ha o de momo tobi o de bank tobi o ye say tobi o ye te wo controller de ade nyina ni nyina beka bom na say oh miracles no out of score of 1000 no ni sika sem ho nsem ana say obo besia utua the credit worthiness no 800 and 900 it is a wo ko bi ho na wakoto akonya se o akonya we pese me turn on creditor or ko hwe wo credit score na hwe se uyo bi a se ye de ma wo e free bo a utua anase wuntua. That's all the credit scoring system is about. Utua anase wuntua. Se uyo bi a utua ye se je le tua nkakrakra because wono ye de mo wa utua okwa abuchia. That is what is there. Adenti e no bi pese o ta akonya. Yes, why you ma brain emojenia 2 years as we service card akonya. Adenti e no be person nya fridge e woni demu no de no musuo. Yes, we service card 2 years until they nya fridge anu musuo. Now this is what happens. E say say bibia e cash and carry Ghana hanti. Abrantia na baba no ko hide ya. Owremo a e ne bag kwa no de wremo. Oni akonya. Oni fridge. Oni TV. Oni mpa. So beto sanya ma we na se woka ni nyina aboma bia be 30000 na ketua e 2000 Ghana cedis e be dey na wotumi nya sika akoto 30000 sanya ma we nyina nti 2000 no busu bia obe 7000 12 months na wonya 12000 nti 12000 no e bia okoto nkobia okoto mpa no wase abese bia nti afedi oda mpa so ete akonye ni TV oni fridge ya tena kono de so eno kra kekekra ma pressure ko unya TV anka obehwe unya fridge anka obanu musuo ba woni bi abroche ne ntesa abroche no oje 2000 okwa ya hwe se okay ye de sane ma we nyina ma wa bosumi bia ye 1000 kra still beka 1000 na wotumi dia ye obibi no problem wo no ye bo besi a wutua ye hwe wo sika so a wo je na se bosumi bia amount ye 1000 a wo de be 4 years e betubetua sane ma we nyina aka sane be ya wo ntena sentwen na 4 years ansa wetimi abuabu esike no abeto sane ma we nyina nti ye de be ma wo koda mpa do so kotena konwa nim konum fridge nim nsuo kohwe TV no ene ne tua ne kakra over the next 4 years nti ade na nka wo de 4 years be boaboa no ansa wetimi enya no ye de nyina be ma wo ene na we yusu na wetua ne kakra. That is how you bring happiness to your people. Sa ena ekwan a wo fa so a wo de enigye ebra wo manfo no sa na yeye no hwan ena betumi aka che me say oja ketua 1000 cedis na ka yete no ebia 600 na de amane sa ne ama we nyina ankonje obeje onye yenkope obi wo ha opade atama ne ba pa ba de sika no so but o hwe de sika ogina obetumi atoma ne ba no ba de so de afe ba ko ansa we sebi akwakoto so ne ba ne pade ne nne onya yankobe yama no yese ohie ni do ne ba ohun ohie ni odo ne ba ohun because ebia wo dwakwala ne pa ba akwala ne se mommy me pe Samsung Galaxy S5 na me so be de akusua de digital ya be openenne e de esua de afi na obeka che ne se emefa twen na December matama wo afi mumu nyina na oba ne munemu na kire wo uhuna na woye mahyew owura ho o hia ne nafofo a obie kura bi obie de sua de onya na nkono so kura bi no kure wobetumi atama no esansa woye adwuma wo enso yese boabo sika no na nya ne nyina asa wato Dr. Mahmoud ba mesi be ye free ho to sa Galaxy S5 no ma emefa enne free ne tua ne kakra esane se baby a wo kwakoto no omunim se ye wo credit scoring system aba into wo kwa ye ba kohwe wo credit score so credit score reach se wo yo bi a ye bo obesi a wutua ne ye hwe wo sika da wo je no ne ye hwe se sika ne ye tetewa wo betumi enya bi so ahwe a ye betete wo kakra na ade na emefa pen no wotumi ataba no na wo ba ne hu se no kre nso do no mpa na wonya obeda so no wotumi ato no wada so enne na wantwen afe anda fam afe ansa wonya mpa na da so TV na also pay bi ahwe no na won to wetumi nya bi ayeden ahwe sa ene ye di enije ebre ye manfo and that is what Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is introducing. Now dear bako e masa de we jira ayeden say once we have the credit scoring system, the good news is that ebema enyuma no so niema Ghana for penal doso because ene credit scoring system ne ba purchase obi etumi tobi obi a pe bi obenye bi nipa do na fe de ebetumi atonkonya ye nyina na ebetumi ato TV do na ebetumi ato fridge until the demand ne be ko high. Immediately the demand ne be ko high no, it means that it's a business so omo produce more because nipa eto se ebe produce more so dia let us say e fa nipa do enwumam no be boa ye adwuma. Simple strategy, simple system to make sure we bring happiness to the people. We be say oh na den o abemu adada onye dada na Ghana card. Dada na Ghana card. O man pedi dada no ka che say ye abemu adada dada yen no. Oba 8 years o to be the Ghana card why. Dada na Ghana card. Afi ni yenye bi. Afi ni synchronize system ni nyina. Dada na mobile money interoperability. First no. Now to me send this guy if you MTN mumu eko Vodafone so. He afi ni to be. Nti afi na mbe na so ayeye we ebe because we no ase na ebetumi aye no yes ya sa ne ma we nyina afi na mbre na so ebetumi aye sa ne ma we enu nti na ne mbre aso ade bia wo ne mbre ade bia e wo ne mbre yeti we ase nipa no ye wakono de bebre but bibia e wo ne mbre afi na credit scoring system no so aso we eba ma hiafo eba ma onibiefo eba ma omo ankobu nya ankobu pe eba ma maamefo ne papafo omo dom mba eso sa ne ohie nti omo mahu se omo dom no eba ma omo. And Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia will use it as one of the ways to create jobs for the people. Mining sector is one of the biggest things for this country, but of course your challenges yenya concession assassin ya dia wo yenya assassin no esi yetu egudie no wo be niska ni akofa broni onfa na sika mbe boa yen oba ya ma na 90% ye ya fa 10%. Yesu yenya bi ye niska ayede betu ntini akọ nsuo nim ni ekotu nsuo nim de no because I want ni tu nye den ni ye say nsuo no Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia say yen boa ni yen reform yen some mining licensing regime no ye ma na emungo kakra na Ghana for no mo pebido obi en tu benje license ni bi oje license ni wia eno be ma yetumi regulate no ni ma na mine e wo kwan papa so na onko nsuo nim enkoye nsuo nim basabasa na mpo se de be ya Ghana fo ankasa be oni yankasa na ye benya ye ho na insase na ye tu magudi be ya ankasa ye de nti obema mining minerals development bank aba some minerals development bank de omo be ya ne say small scale miners and the mining project and the mining areas no wo concession when you obi bia o de be mine na bank na mauska na de ahyemu na de tu gold no nkofa broni bi meba no me fa gold ne nko no ma 10%. One kasa obenya support from Aban Minerals Development Bank udu kotu na wenya gold na wetua bank neka Aban ato gold no through the gold purchasing program na dey ataye sika nechi na yesika na ho dan yeden akosro o say obe make sure say Aban nyoma bebre wo my way mu Aban neto Aban purchasing power na strong Aban to books Aban to school uniforms Aban new de aneman kola Aban si school dan Aban ye ka kwan Aban to niam bebre Aban to ndro ni ade ode mbra beba me pa mo nti o ode nhihye bi e friend buy Ghana first for all public institutions say we Aban adwuma nko na say wo kwakoto parazona to parazona ye na Ghana ha ebi ni ho na wato na abrochire ba say ye parazona Ghana ha nko ade a to ni bi na no onfa na no keke enka because ogitum say in the past no ya Aban aba ni Aban ye twemu nyina try say ye be yes ade we ntumi ye this time esu ehu ya ye nya ni nyina kire say si ye de mbra eta buy Ghana first e say program ye chi a eni mu ahode be kosoro nti ye be sakra public procurement laws ni mu kakra o de be ko parliament ni ya sakra mu kakra na ya chichire wo public procurement law ni mu say wo beto de bia na wo ya Aban adwuma nko ade ya ade na obeto no se ebi wo Ghana ha ye ne Ghana ha to ha first se wenye bia se wakwa abruchire na wase achechire auditors ne internal audit systems ni mu se na be ya audit committees and tender committees no mbra be chichiro mo se hwe pefe se ade na ye to no ebi ni Ghana ha ansa wato de wa buchiri e wo Ghana ha nko na ye wo Ghana ha nko ade a de ye wo Ghana ha no eno na sese woto de be ma na ba ne se e be ma Ghana fo mfidi adwuma ni be bie na Ghana fo mfidi adwuma mu bie no na omo fam rantie ne mbaba ha so adwuma mu etosum eboa because adwuma ni mu bie no be hi nipa ma na ye adwuma na waboa na wa fam rantie ne mbaba. Remember the strategy nyina na say ye be ma jobs aba na businesses are expanded. Strategy nyina na say businesses be expanded. Businesses expanded ya ye be fa nwuma e dey na businesses expanded when the demand is there. Se nipa be bre eto ade na e ma businesses na expanded. Enti kai say or the credit score ne ba se na be ankrankra ba akoto o ma na nsi ho abaye dwuma no so o hye ye kete or the right hye yen say wo beton ko ade a to de ye ne Ghana e no beboa na Ghana nwuma no mabie ama famrantie ene mmaba adwuma mu. Afei I earlier on spoke about the taxes. I say or the tax in Shishia or the beba or better small scale mining gold, reduce withholding tax for small scale gold export to 1%. Or better so, implement a flat rate tax for all importers. Or better so, or better making sure say importers, spare parts dealers, or more importing them in a flat rate. Waiving of interest and penalties for failures to file taxes in previous years. Abolish betting tax, betting tax and that betting so no also be true. Now all the taxes she say na be wie afa de obi emu say Ghana ye taxes she say no emu aye de emu ahenhan afa de enwuma no niema ekoso obi abetumi no hwahye mu no say de be ya obi a oye adwuma o man bia betumi akose me so be say metua me tax no o say wo kadada na wo de from previous years no enu nti ama wusuro say wo ba na wo yi wanim say wo betua ene tax na ye de be dan wo ka no o say me de achew ye de ni na achew ya pepa afedi ebra be join na won so de kakra obetibia contribute enne no contribute esa ne say ya ma tax ensem no aye convenient amount, and that is what Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia has for the business people. Also you be making sure say your duties say you tua e water port no you be making sure your duties no either say ebeba fam kra na say anya hwe krampo no ene port a ebe ye Togo ni ade no omo duties na be pe na me say bi say ina Togo ye duty free na me say this is for day. And this is say Togo duty free nti I can say Togo nti duty there's a Togo no what do you say yeah say okra adefi abroche ba Togo porter no one anti me say NDC deputy spokesperson for former president actually say young kind because papa peni power Dr. B power actually say Togo duty free to omo nyina agedi Togo duty free or say obe making sure say wo share adwuma ase foforo na wo ye adwuma bia startup adwuma ketekete a wa share at least for the first 3 years in there or the taxes no e be chew na wo making sure your tax and some no be digitize no so say na be ya ni pan some na ye ndia no na meji wo say te so ma me na be free no bi ensisi wo digital computerized answer na be kra wade na fi abuchi aba no wonim say air condition ya me de be 1.5 horsepower and me the bar met your tax 1 cedi and ya fe na obi ba beka say 2 cedi 3 cedi or say me panic or say menje and me cz that they know ye free ho say be ya businesses no e betumi di sasika na eneyi enne na nchenchen no betumi di a show mo nwumanim no mo di bi o mo nwumanim ne say port duties so aba fam kakra nti no e be ma niam abo no so aye den aba fam spare parts duties e be ko fam o di kaka and there no doubt about that e ko fam no na eboa ama friend saying spare parts bonus so yede e kofem ya can digital economy no wonsem bebre training of 1 million young people, establishing a national robotics engineering lab, providing venture funding and grants to support tech projects, increasing internet penetration to over 90%. And they yaba bemu 2017 na internet it is a Ghana hano a 32% coverage. And then you're moving from 32% to 70%. That's amazing. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia say you see a moving from 70%, you do 90%, and that is the future. That is the focus. That is where Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is looking at. Also, countries are here. Our Africa Union nimuno. You didn't come say you benya mobile money interoperability across regions. Intending out Ghana. Now what's this guy will be on Nigeria through mobile money. I know. Also to Nigeria, no one send this car to Ghana through mobile money. stress be no to say that I was send this kefi MTN eko Vodafone eko Airtel eko Telecel no sa pepe na hot Ghana no send this card to be momumu e Nigeria. That is what Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is pushing. I feel I say 11 no nembre aso say ye be ye free ho di media elevi be di ye no e di ewie ene Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia say esane say open your mind no do na towards the digital space. You make sure so be embrace the digital agency on June this say twice na yeji A11 enti A11 no obetwem ne we ye free ho se na be ya omomo ye e-commerce omomo ye e-business ene nipa bebre na na TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter omudidwa. They encourage a lot more people. They want a lot of young girls, a lot of young girls, young guys are omoye business only shop, only dine, but a lot of good business within the digital space. 11 no Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia say ye be yi 11 no efi ho. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia say osanso wo ekwan ogidi say embraso say ye behwe ne ye make sure say ye betete niam so na o cost of living no akofem kakra enti ye behwe na of course waka spare parts prices no unim say ade ba ko e ba Ghana ha niam boye den ene driver for transportation fare enya ye ya almost spare parts why dey nti yato lorry fare yato lorry fare mu aye beto ne meso no yato lorry fare mu ne beto ne maso no nti Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia say spare parts no ye the flat rate policy ne beba for all importers including the spare parts dealers do you see so ebeba fam what it means is that niema na or the ba my we ma beton na car for attorney church of what spare parts and so be confirm kakra and no be boa na cost of transportation also akofem kakra na atumi ama Ghana for ho ehye nyom kakra so or the ahode strong kopa na e ba be hye ye agriculture and say we say be ya food prices be confirm na say ya me co market say me ko tomatoes I think about 6 months ago me ko ye tomatoes biensa yes 40 cedis say hey miensa ho yes for say hey ene ukọ na sa ukoto tomatoes a bucket ma is 10 cedis ene bucket ma adoso market micro adoso market me beye me to bucket ma white paint no ma is 20 cedis. What it means is that your season be ade ne bo edin ne your season be ane koyesro ne bo ekosro. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia say e pekwan bi e be stabilize no e wo bra ne bo air for no nti ne ya o to tomatoes bebre ye de ma 30 cedis e say gina hwa ene ya o to tomatoes bebre de ma 20 cedis e say gina hwa nti obe hwese ye be ma development bank Ghana etumi apekwan bi e be foso a ye betumi aboa ekua adwuma no ne etumi apesika ma omo ye large scale farming no mutumi dey farming na chem na ko nenim ye at the same time no ya tete spare parts so at the same time so no or the electronic vehicles aba at the same time so no or the gold for oil aba enti sanyoma we nyina obia be ye ne part enti spare parts bo akofem gold for oil also keep full or no at a price emma your friend is saying am say just bo no affect ye bebre na EV electric vehicles so e say home maintenance wo fam no so use fuel nti e be ma public transportation so akofam kakra nti ye buanku afo na omunua ba no ekọ enim no na ye hwe transportation aspect no so say be ya madina for man kan che say ye kofa fiefo na ba ye na transport boy din nti ye de sa transport boy na ye de aka ho how de be ba amane hu de be ba na mum saban no wabadaya a odwe omanfo ho a embre bia ope nsakraye ope ekwan obefa so obehihye niema obetoto ne niema no aboye amayakoye nim and that's what Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is doing. Stabilize the spare parts spare parts prices through the flat rate policy, introduce electronic vehicles, continue with the good for oil program to stabilize the prices of fuel and ensure say a be affected public transportation. At the same time, incentivize agriculture, support agriculture, and make sure say production also air caution in keeping the cost of food prices. FM kakra. I feel or see a pekwe be able make sure say housing, social housing beba on my way mu, including homeless. And I question Newtown, men no say enwumre ko hwe New Town obi aboaboa ne ho e de ahye rubber mu o de obi store no ko hwa bobo shija so obi kiosk ase. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia say let's provide shelter for these people, and you see you say they are why you be paying no and ye de money bi say on san ye and they kai if we see hostel ama bebre me no ka say you kai if we me no ka say you me da hostel o musua nsan adwuma o mbe wi apo mo no makope bebi etono mo so ma ye o madwuma you kai if we in the past month Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia kai program I train you mo e wo mo hostel and mo classroom o mo wi a and they almost contract ebi mu ye makeup ebi mu ye pastries ebi mu ye liquid soap ni ade e wo my way mu enti obetrem. Let's build the shelters for the homeless na ye ma adan so a ye se ne dodo ye se ne bebre na ne bo ofem no ye fa dodo so ye dan embra ebiem o say sa rental assistance scheme ne buy na ye di agono thousands of people in are benefiting from the rental assistance scheme. I know these people go to the rental assistance scheme support, get the money, rent small space be no matter, and he's going to expand the rental assistance scheme for the young person. Young person now, of course, free senior high school or UWA school. Anya miadom when you university awaba, a student loan trust fund, a support to our local school. Maybe the student loan eco school, the senate loan eco school. Remember me, kakro benya no de abame. Kakra menya was senate na me de account kakra. The bio ni mami efia beki bi amfa ni bisa. Nti loan e ba na maje na wasande kakra so ayde aka homa misa no de me akọ school na my be agency for presidency. Adeni ye momo maka no so enya sa akwanya no emomo nko. We wie school no student loan trust fund na support wa mo wie school no. Na fe de bebi a obetina akwakoye de. Akole fi da mongo. Obankran, obeku school akra. Owie no wenye adwuma bebi obeda ye den. Yes a rent 2 years. Yes 30,000 okofa ne he. Oni bi ntino ase akɔhye krase enei Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia the rental assistance scheme aba uhu o wasate bi enimu a na wakɔ hɔ na wakɔgye support na da kɔtua rent na utua ne kakra over thousands of people and akɔgye support with the rental assistance scheme or say obetrem nkola yo mo university yan nkola ono a na osiso o masea mo akɔ secondary school free mo bedu university o mo wie na mo wie a ogidi se eso support yo mo no mo se nya baby di o mo tito no mo nya adwuma pa biye obi de o say wo hie ni no a wo ni ska do ba de beba school no on to be mboa wo ba no oni mboa bi o de ma wo ba na ma na ko secondary school na mom sa wo ba no mia nani no wie secondary school no be do university a oba first year na level 100 no ne university for example academic facility user fee obi akọ university bi anim say academic fees no components bebre your afuf your residential facility user fee your academic facility user fee SLC ne ma ke ka on bebre asabe asawenya your academic fees sa academic facilities user fee no and do 30% of our academic fees ni na akra o say wo ba eno no metua ma na metua ma no krampo no me the student loan trust fund be ma loan na loan e free loan a free but this is a man who never did any work as vice president. It's when he became president like I said why she didn't sue here when commercial break but then can be a wrap up now your commercial break we ba na fe dia mabeto so momentie their former president Embra no your vice president Tama no your vice president no the spokesperson honorable John Jinapo ne djuma na former president Mahama no ye wa ban mu no momentie.
President is allowing the media aspect and the social interaction for the vice president whilst he concentrate on the real core issue of governance and economic issues. So you don't normally see the president attending these social functions, and I think it's good. The president is concentrating more on the actual hardcore facts. Let me deal with the economy, let me fix with the economy, let me deal with the real issue. Invitations and other things, let me get my vice president to do that. The president is allowing the media aspect and the social interaction for the vice president whilst he concentrate on the real core issue of governance and economic issues. So you don't normally see the president attending these social functions, and I think it's good. The president is concentrating more on the actual hardcore facts. Let me deal with the economy. Let me fix with the economy. Let me deal with the real issue. Invitations and other things, let me get my vice president to do that. The president is allowing the media aspect and the social interaction for the vice president, whilst he concentrates on the real core issue of governance and economic issues. So you don't normally see the president attending these social functions. And I think it's good. The president is concentrating more on the actual hardcore facts. Let me deal with the economy. Let me fix with the economy. Let me deal with the real issue. Invitations and other things, let me get my vice president to do that. The president is allowing the media aspect and the social interaction for the vice president, whilst he concentrates on the real core issue of governance and economic issues. So you don't normally see the president attending these social functions. And I think it's good. The president is concentrating more on the actual hard attending this.
Miracles that make up. Omampeni nankasa embra no ye vice president no video we a video ana honorable John Jinapo or ye spokesperson to the vice president at the time ono ankasa na any central for ekasa on bisa say anya bia wo boss vice president abai we na adwuma bempa no ye, and there was a reason why on bisa na sasem na that time because no mo hu dia vice president Mahama no ye on bobia hu so say na adwuma po ye wa abai we mu ye den or say Omampeni former President Mills, Yamefa Recreancy, essay on no president in there, he will concentrate on the core government business. It is a baye Jumanka Sankasa or no bayeno, economic issues, serious government business, no, or no President Beshe. Nemum social functions, no, invitations here, invitations there, media, no near Diano, or no vice president handle, no. So that was what the vice president was doing. I didn't say it, it's his spokesperson. The spokesperson is saying that. But almost some video man be Mr. Why or say embra na vice president muntie we be embra.
For the vice president is allowing the media aspect and the social interaction for the vice president, whilst he concentrates on the real core issue of governance and economic issues. So you don't normally see the president attending these social functions. And I think it's good. The president is concentrating more on the actual hardcore facts. Let me deal with the economy. Let me fix with the economy. Let me deal with the real issue. Invitations and other things, let me get my vice president to do that. The president is allowing the media.
It's allowing the vice president to concentrate on social interactions and the media, whilst he, the president, concentrated on the core government business, the economics, and all of that. This is the vice president Mahama. Until we are not surprised that he failed abysmally as a president, because as a vice president he learned nothing. He did nothing. It is for the record. NDC from Betray Juma Vice President Mahama or at the time. I would be compared Dr. Mahmoud by me Juma Wai. I didn't know your vice president. One concurrent chair Professor Mel say, be a vice president, some person me yen yama make us a me yen and in. Or no? Tamano vice president. The spokesperson say, on Mampeni Mills catch and say, on concentrating on social issues. Invitations, on court speech and prize giving day. Training college for a year our day and a graduation near the no akobi a year say near there now on Mampeni Mills on non concentrating on the serious core business. I'm you serious government business, the core government business, economy near there no Professor Beldanko Jidi say obeti way man confirm. Into we your Mampeni abedi chena there we are say social invitations our day graduation and naming ceremonies near there. A better now my obey your Mampeni way to make papa. Dr. Mahmoud Bamiyan say ma okano and they say ye dache ehun ehia no ogidi se owon hihye dodo na owo eda homaye ene yato ye boase ya cheche nsem numu ya ka be 8 bipe akamba komba ko highlight key highlight no aka 8 yame yadoma ya wada e be san so aba beto 8 na aka no so na ifi na watchu we wi ekwa kopim abato mbre no embre bia e de mpenifo ba ko mienu ba betena ha no mwatwetwe MPP manifesto na Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ediatu dwano yebedi hu nkomo no mato mo boase no makyekye nsemu no mabiebie nsemu amayi hu senia etete MPP die yegidi say every Ghanaian must have the opportunity to vote on issues, no insult, no personal attacks, no violence, no threats, purely issues, competing ideas. Why ena niswadi hu no edi ekwanim ebro ne yonko de so eno ine ebegyina so ato aba okoto aba bisa ho se between former president Mahama and Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia vice president hwan ena wogidi se obetumi enya gidie wo ne mu se dia oka no ebetumi aboa odache baako enya yon mampeni da Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia baako ababe yo mampeni abedi chire wasa ababe yo mampeni oyo mampeni abedi chire no ne dia no ya ne se okọ awade ekọ naming ceremony ekọ wedding ekọ graduation o mampeni abedi chire Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia atro ahyehye niema mako over 40 a ono aso mampeni abedi chire utumi aboa ede aba abebo man we dodo na ene yenyina yenim ene se pese yesese mpenifo mienu we a de omu nyina ye bi pen eno mampeni abedi chire baako kwa awade ene graduation baako ede zip line drone services aba oman we mu baako ede mobile money interoperability aba oman we mu baako ede Ghana card a eye comprehensive interactive across database aba oman we mu baako ede e-health aba oman we mu baako ede so many progress and aba yemai we mu baako kwa awade baako graduation baako kwa naming ceremony omomu hwan na wogidi se wode wo re ene wo da chehye ni mu a obetumi ayama ya yefa ya wada ye besa so abe ye fa na aka no na fe ye wi a ebre bia episode bia ro ya to ye boase ya cheche mbako mako ye mo bia kwan na onfa attendie kasentwi ne kasa basa emetwenyen emfi off grade MPP de bia wotie me NDC ne hye webufu a ignore him ko Ghana ni no to aba no ho na ko ka Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia nsempa no enche no enne yi ubi so mo ncheche omo policies omo de bemu no mo di watam omo de policy ba ko ba omo se level 100 foi within 24 hours omo ni cheche mu ennan na eba eso dia youth organizer say universities nko polytechnics nka ho communications officers say polytechnics eka ho policy director eso say ade no kra loan omampeni na kasa so kra say ade no loan ade chinya omampeni na kasa so asase na no o say ade no kra loan biem afede free ye ba kwaje wo get fund ade chinya youth organizer say ade no wo get fund ye ba you student loan trust fund ade chinya policy director say ade no student loan trust fund bibi basa sa no mo de pudong ba ye 24-hour economy obi say wache obi say lions obi say tigers obi say techimai organizers ensem bebre yen clear succinct unambiguous without confusion specific policies your policy for the mason policy for the carpenter policy for the mechanic policy for the lawyer the teacher the civil servant the local government service worker the doctor the nurse the midwife obi abetima dwubiara ofa Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia manifesto da obehu humum mesiamo fa www.bawumia.com ukọ ho a untumi nkọ afa phone ma oba ene nana dunti akole bia tumi kura phone okọ school obekan when you go to the website pick the manifesto download it for your mother download it for your grandmother every evening before you sleep kan one line obehu ewom nyame ya adoma ya wada ye beso nso hia na ya toa de aka ye wie ne so ye de ye ndi atem ensem no se na esitie no ne ye chirechire mu edroso de eso ye beto ye boase ye bese mbre na ya chirechire mu abo 9 pm Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia eda so ewo da ene odafo ekasa endra asat 9 pm na opie FGSTS echichi atakwadefo within 24 hours we say so akwaba onama obona pro na ombre ya mina mebre genzi fo nyina president makramo nyame adoma ya wada ya beshia
to the Gen Zs I am well